Welcome to Wisdom Trek with Gramps. I am Guthrie Chamberlain, and we are on day 2382 of our trek. The purpose of Wisdom Trek is to create a legacy of wisdom, to seek out discernment and insights, and to boldly grow where few have chosen to grow before. In today's Wisdom Nugget, I'll guide you through the vast landscapes of biblical wisdom. Today we continue our expedition through the book of Ecclesiastes. We'll be delving into Ecclesiastes chapter 8, verses 1 through 8 from the New Living Translation. These verses provide profound insights into the nature of wisdom, the complexities of authority, and the inevitability of death. So let's embark on our trek together as we uncover the timeless truth that Solomon shares with us. Ecclesiastes chapter 8, verses 1 through 8. How wonderful to be wise, to analyze and interpret things. Wisdom lights up the person's face, softening its harshness. Obey the king since you vowed to God that you would. Don't try to avoid doing your duty, and don't stand with those who plot evil, for the king can do whatever he wants. His commands are backed by great power. No one can resist or question it. Those who obey him will not be punished. Those who are wise will find time and a way to do what is right. For there is a time and a way for everything, even when a person is in trouble. Indeed, how can people avoid what they don't know is going to happen? None of us can hold back our spirit from departing. None of us have the power to prevent the day of our death. There is no escaping that obligation, that dark battle. And in the face of death, wickedness will certainly not rescue the wicked. Now Solomon begins the passage by extolling the value of wisdom. In verse 1 he says, "How wonderful to be wise, to analyze and interpret things. Wisdom lights up a person's face, softening its harshness." Here, Solomon highlights the transformative power of wisdom. It enables us to understand and interpret the complexities of life, bringing clarity and insight. Moreover, wisdom has a visible effect. It brightens our countenance and softens the harshness that life's challenges can imprint on us. This is a beautiful reminder on how inner wisdom can radiate outwardly, impacting not only our thoughts, but also our demeanor. In verses 2 to 4, Solomon addresses our relationship with authority. Obey the king since you vowed to God that you would. Don't try to avoid doing your duty, and don't stand with those who plot evil, for the king can do whatever he wants. His commands are backed by great power. No one can resist or question it. Now these verses remind us the importance of respecting and obeying authority. Solomon acknowledged the power that leaders wield and the potential consequences for defiance. The exhortation to obey the king is rooted in a vow to God, indicating that our respect for authority is ultimately our expression of the reverence for God. Avoiding our responsibilities or aligning with those who oppose authority can lead to serious repercussions. Solomon emphasizes the power of the king's command, and the futility of resisting it serves as a reminder of our broader principle of submitting to the structures and authorities that God has established. This doesn't mean blind obedience, but rather a recognition of the order and governance that are necessary for social stability. In verse 5, it offers us practical wisdom for dealing with authority. Those who obey him will not be punished, and those who are wise will find the time and a way to do what is right. Solomon highlights the benefits of obedience, avoiding punishment, and underscores the importance of wisdom in discerning the right time and the manner to act. Wise individuals understand that timing and approach are crucial, especially when dealing with those in power. Now in verse 6, he explains that, "For there is a time and a way for everything, even when a person is in trouble." This echoes the famous passage in Ecclesiastes 3, reminding us that in every situation it has an appropriate time and way. Even in difficult circumstances, wisdom helps us navigate the complexities of life and find the right course of action. It's about being patient, discerning, and strategic in our decisions, recognizing that hasty or ill-considered actions can lead to adverse outcomes. Solomon then touches on the uncertainties of life in verse 7. Indeed, how can people avoid what they don't know is going to happen? This statement underscores the unpredictability of the future. No matter how much we plan or prepare, we cannot foresee every eventuality. This uncertainty can be a source of anxiety, but it also calls us to trust in God's sovereignty. Our limited understanding of the future should drive us to depend more on God's wisdom and guidance. And finally, in verse 8, Solomon confronts the inevitability of death. None of us can hold back our spirit from departing. None of us has the power to prevent the day of our death. There is no escaping that obligation, that dark battle, and in the face of death, wickedness will certainly not rescue the wicked. These sobering words remind us of the inescapable reality of death. No matter our status, power, or wealth, we'll all face the same end. We cannot control or postpone the day of our death. This realization should humble us and prompt us to live wisely, making the most of our time and aligning our lives with God's purpose. Solomon also notes that the wickedness will not save the wicked from their death. This is a poignant reminder that relying on immoral means or living life contrary to God's ways will not alter the ultimate outcome. In the face of death, our deeds, whether good or evil, will not change the certainty of our mortality. As we reflect on Solomon's words in Ecclesiastes chapter 8, verses 1 through 8, several key takeaways emerge. The first one is the transformative power of wisdom. Wisdom brings clarity, insight, and a softened countenance. It affects both our inner and our outer lives, enabling us to navigate life's complexities with grace. Number 2 is the respect for authority. Obeying and respecting authority is crucial for maintaining order and stability. This respect is ultimately rooted in our reverence for God, who establishes the authority structures. Number 3 is the importance of timing and approach. Wisdom involves discerning the right time and the way to act, especially when dealing with those in power. Patience, discernment, and strategic thinking are vital ways of making wise decisions. Fourth, the uncertainty of the future. Life's unpredictability calls us to trust in God's sovereignty and wisdom. Our limited understanding should drive us to depend on God's guidance. And fifth is the assurance of death. Death is a certainty for all, reminding us of our mortality and the future of relying on wickedness. This should prompt us to live wisely and purposefully, aligning our lives with God's will. How can we apply these lessons in our daily lives? Start by embracing the transformative power of wisdom. Seek wisdom diligently through prayer, study, and reflection. Let it guide our thoughts and our actions, and even our demeanor. Respect and obey those in authority, recognizing that it is an expression of your reverence to God. Understanding the power of consequences associated with authority, and choose to fulfill your duties responsibly. Be wise in your timing and approach, whether it's a personal decision or your interactions with others, especially those in positions of power. Discern the right time and the manner to act. This requires patience, insight, and strategic thinking. Acknowledge the uncertainty of the future. Instead of being paralyzed by it, let it drive you to a deeper trust in God's sovereignty. Seek His guidance in all your plans and decisions, knowing that only He knows what the future really holds. And finally, live with the awareness of your mortality. Let the certainty of death remind you to live wisely and purposefully. Align your life with God's will, and avoid the traps of wickedness, knowing that they offer no escape for the inevitable. As we continue our trek through this life, let us carry these insights with us. Embrace wisdom, respect authority, be discerning in your actions, trust in God's sovereignty, and live with the awareness of your mortality. By doing so, we align ourselves with the timeless truths of Scripture and navigate the complexities of life with grace and purpose. Join me next time as we delve deeper into the wisdom of Ecclesiastes. Until then, keep seeking God's wisdom, cherish each moment, and continue making a positive impact on the world around you. And if you found this podcast insightful, please subscribe and leave us a review. Then encourage your friends and family to join us and come along with us tomorrow for another day of Wisdom Trek, creating a legacy. And thank you so much for allowing me to be your guide, your mentor, and most importantly, I am your friend as I serve you through the Wisdom Trek podcast and journal. As we take this trek of life together, let us always live abundantly, love unconditionally, listen intentionally, learn continuously, lend to others generously, lead with integrity, and leave a living legacy each day. I am Guthrie Chamberlain, reminding you to keep moving forward, enjoy your journey, and create a great day every day. See you next time for more daily wisdom.